Remember when Hillary Clinton lost an iPad in a very important meeting as a State Department person, right? That came out in the investigation that she would lose iPads. Well, that was actually, it's called a dead drop. A couple articles came out today, which is about how apparently leakers are leaking me information. Like The Hill wrote up a big article about how I'm getting a lot of leaks and exclusives, and you are too. But here's my question for you is, why is it that when you and I break news, they don't talk about the news that we broke? They want to talk about how did we get that story? Isn't that interesting?
Well, it's interesting because they want us to give up our sources and methods because they want to steal our sources and methods. It's pretty simple. They don't want to talk about the news because they don't want to give us credit, number one, because that would legitimize us in the eyes of their press and make our audiences, our platforms bigger. And then number two is they want to find out, number one, how we got our sources to see if they could steal or co-opt them. Or in some cases, like we saw with Seth Rich, they were able to get to Seth Rich before he was able to keep himself safe. Fortunately, he had set up a dead drop on the emails, which eventually got to WikiLeaks. But they got rid of Seth Rich before he could leak more, before he could corroborate what was in those leaks. And so that's exactly what it is. They want to stop the leaks. They want to stop this truth from getting out.
Exactly right. It's interesting you say that, because when I meet with sources in Washington, D.C., I don't even bring my main cell phone because they can geolocate it. I bring a special burner cell phone that hasn't been geo-targeted to me yet. So I leave actually this in my hotel or wherever I'm staying so that I can't be geo-targeted. Burner cell phones, you have to go meet in public places, hooded sweatshirt, sunglasses, because that is how my sources know they could be murdered at any time, and they know that I could be murdered at any time. So the kind of OPSEC that we do is really cloak and dagger kind of stuff, and I'm sure that your OPSEC is similar. So maybe for those people listening at home, maybe they don't understand how afraid people are to talk to us because they know they might end up like Seth Rich.
Yeah, there's people that have reached out to me that have said, I almost have at this point a separate app, encrypted app, end-to-end encryption for each source that I talk to, just because nobody wants to even be on the same app. They want to use these really obscure things that people don't know about. People know about, Signal. They know about Wicker. Those things, people are looking for that. These guys, they always want to stay a step ahead, 2 steps ahead, 3 steps ahead. And if anything's on there, they want to delete it before it becomes absolutely possible to be seen, because they know that if your phone, right, we now learned that iPhone from the false 7 leaks, that with a 0-hour default, they can crack your phone. So it doesn't matter if it's encrypted. They're reading it right from your operating system. That's why you've got to meet in person. That's why you've got to do stuff like, go to a city, rent a car, pay cash for stuff, travel around, throw on the hoodie, whatever you got to do. These guys, they don't want to meet with us. I just had to talk to a guy earlier today that said, Jack, I've got information for you, but I can't even give it to you over the phone. I can't even give it to you in person. We're talking like manila envelope in the back of the Italian restaurant Godfather style, it almost seems like, because that's what we've got to do to stop this.
50 cell phones. I have over 50 cell phones that I only use one time for a source, and then we throw them away. And then another thing that you do is, I don't want to reveal too much of my OPSEC for people. So I don't want to give them too much tradecraft, but a lot of times what you'll do is you'll post information on a cell phone, you'll drop it at a coffee shop, and then an hour later, the person will walk by, pick up the phone, and drop off another phone, and that's how you communicate. And the reason I'm bringing that up, even though that's a trade secret, that's tradecraft I learned. Remember when Hillary Clinton lost an iPad in a very important meeting as a State Department person, right? That came out in the investigation that she would lose iPads. Well, that was actually, it's called a dead drop. Hillary Clinton was doing dead drops, so she would load classified information on an iPad, go into a meeting, and then she would forget it. And that is how the Clintons spread top secret information and secrets to all of these hostile. Here we go. We got it on screen. She used iPads, claimed she only used one device. Yeah, but she would lose them. So remember, they lost a bunch of devices. Oh, we couldn't find 7 BlackBerries.
Because there were some donors involved with that as well, too. Clinton Foundation donors.
Right. So what we do is we use dead drops for operational security. She would do it to actually spread information. Thanks for coming on, Jack. Before we go, I want to remind people that Survivor Shield is about to go on sale. It was out of stock. It's going to sell out again really soon. Go to InfoWarsLife.com. They actually have a major supply issue. As you know, when they sell out, they sell out. Iodine is one of the most essential nutrients in the world. And in fact, in developing countries, the IQ problems arise from low iodine.
What the aging process is when the cell replicates, we lose a little bit of our telomeres. Telomeres are the little cups on the end of our chromosomes.
And when it runs out, you start dying. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com.